Ladies and gentlemen, Manipur's unending horror has not spared anyone. Women have been raped and killed, grandmothers have been burnt alive, pregnant women have not been spared. The story we tell you today is one that demonstrates everything that has gone wrong in Manipur in the last 83 days. On May 4th, as 3 women were stripped and paraded naked, and 2 women in Imphal were gang raped and killed, there was another horror playing out. The victim was not an Aam Aadmi, but a BJP MLA in the state. Not just any MLA. He's a prominent tribal leader and an advisor to Chief Minister Biren Singh. That's him on your screens. Today, this is where he is. He cannot move without assistance. He cannot speak. He has lost his memory. The assault on him has turned him into a child who is having to learn to talk and walk all over again. As violence broke out in Manipur on May 3rd, Vungzagin Valte became one of its first victims. He was on his way back after a meeting with Chief Minister Biren Singh when his convoy was stopped and he, along with his driver, were abducted. What played out for the next 5 hours was brutality multiplied by 100. He was given electric shocks by a taser gun. He was blindfolded and beaten ruthlessly until he fell unconscious. He was hit on the head by a sharp object, not once, not twice, but multiple times. The BJP MLA, a 3-time legislator, was left to die. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an elected representative. If this can happen to an MLA, you can imagine what all has happened with common citizens in Manipur. He's part of the ruling BJP. And yet, 83 days on, his attackers have not been held. Probably because no video of the torture went viral. That is what we have come to today. No video, no justice. MLA Valte is back from hospital. He's back at his home in Delhi, and his son is joining us on the broadcast. Joseph, thank you very much for being with us here. This is a difficult time for you. I understand that. So I appreciate that you've taken the time to come here. I didn't think it would be right to go to your home because there are a lot of people coming there. We didn't want to disturb you. Just tell our viewers, Joseph, what your father went through on May 4th.
I think it's around 9:30 in the morning.
In the morning.
My father, on the 3rd of May, many people have come to our residence, official quarter, for their safety, because our neighboring Meitei, they have started hunting cookies and zomi like an animal in Imphal. So for their safety and for their life, they have come to our official quarter for their life and stay out at our residence. So they have around, maybe it's around 300, 400 have come to our residence. So it's in the morning, around 9:30 on the 4th of May. My dad went for a meeting with CM. So when he went for a meeting, we doesn't contact with my dad at that time. But I think it's around 1:45 p.m. My dad have rang me up and called me. He has called me and told me that, how is the condition going on at our residence? Is there any attack going on? Or he has asked me. So I have asked to my dad that till now there is no any attack on our official quarter. So my dad, he said, I'll be back soon. I'll be bringing one government order regarding the stranded people of our community for them. So on his way back home, this incident has happened. So I got a call from our PSO. It's around 3 p.m. that death has been admitted in RIMS. So we rushed to RIMS with one of my cousins there. So my dad was lying unconscious. So at first there is no more pulse. But by the grace of God, when we reached the emergency, my dad started gaining pulse, And but later on, as the incident, I have questioned our PSO because our PSO has been saved because he is Meitei. So I have questioned him regarding this incident. So according to the information I got from him, on their way back home, on the road, mob has stopped my dead vehicles, and they have stopped my dead vehicles and they have pulled out my dad from the vehicles. So the mob has held up my dad in one place. So, but the mob doesn't torture my dad and they just question him. But I don't know what they were questioning. They have questioned to my dad. But after, I think it's around 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, this wearing big guy, Rambai Tengols have arrived at the spot. So after they have arrived at the spot,
Who arrives at port?
Rambai Tenggol.
Okay.
They have arrived at the spot and they started immediately blindfold my dad and pull him out from the spot where the mob has held him up and bring my dad to another place nearby. I think according to the PSO, it's a community hall or some kinds of youth office nearby. So they started blindfold my dad and brought him there. And after they have brought there, they started giving electric shock and started torturing him to death.
Okay. And he was left to die. When he was admitted to hospital, there was no pulse, which means they nearly succeeded. But by God's grace, he has managed to survive. Although we have seen his condition, and I mean, how's he doing right now?
Improving day by day, but the progress is very slow because of the damage that they have done to my dad in the brain, and the brain, the internal part was not damaged, but the outer what did they call that? The nerve has been damaged. So the doctor told me that when you reach Apollo Hospital, the doctor told me like they have started giving the treatment. After 10 days, 11 days, the doctor told to me that your dad is a fighter because he fight to be alive. So luckily till today, by the grace of God and by the prayer we received from our community, Zomi and Kuki, we received. So till today, my dad has started improving, but the progress is slow.
Okay. I want to ask you, when the violence broke out on May 3rd, at any point, did you imagine that things would come to such a pass where your father, a 3-time MLA from Manipur, would be attacked and attacked so brutally?
No, we never thought of that because my father was honestly and tirelessly serving the state and for the people. But as he was searching for the peace, but unluckily my dad, some of the radical Meiteis and the state government, the state have considered my dad as their enemy when he was searching for the peace. So we never thought this would have happened.
And you're saying that although he's abducted by a mob, the torture was at the hands of armed insurgents.
Yes, by Tenggol, yes.
Tell me, you have an eyewitness to what has happened. That's the PSO. Can I ask you if there has been a single arrest in your dad's case?
Till today?
Yes.
There has been no single arrest till today. Because
83 days on. Your father, a 3-time BJP MLA, is abducted, tortured, left to die. And in the last 83 days, Biren Singh's government has not managed to apprehend the perpetrators?
No, not yet. Even a single has been arrested. And our only hope is that we, the Kuki Zomi MLAs, we have 10 MLAs, including my dad. 9 of them have requested the central government as well Amit Shah. When he came to Manipur, the 9 MLA have requested my death condition to be taken up by the CBI to Amit Shah. So Amit Shah has assured to them that it will be taken up by CBI. So, but till today, our only hope is that it will be taken up by the CBI, but we doesn't get any news till today that it has been taken up or not till today.
So what hope, Joseph, does an Aam Aadmi in Manipur have of any justice when your father, a sitting, serving MLA of the ruling dispensation, has not got justice? I want to ask you, you are now in Delhi because your father is here, because of your father. Otherwise, you live in Imphal. You've been seeing what has been happening in Parliament.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to ask you, because I don't know how many people in Manipur can see television right now. I don't know how many people can see television right now. But what is your view of what is happening in Parliament? The opposition demanding that the Prime Minister speak, the government saying the Prime Minister will not speak, and therefore it's day 4 and there has been no discussion in Parliament on Manipur. As a Manipuri, what do you feel?
Regarding this, it's been more than 2 months that Manipur has been suffering. So I feel that even the ruling party will take up this case seriously, because even Manipuris was also from India. We are all Indians. But till today, we are not satisfied about what is happening in Parliament, because Manipur issue has not been taken up till today properly. So, but let's hope for the best that our ruling BJP will be taking up this Manipur issue seriously.
Are you and your family disappointed in Biren Singh? Do you think, like many people in India do, that the gentleman needs to be sacked for dereliction of duty?
Regarding Biren, yeah, we are feeling bad regarding him, because we hope that he will not be in a one-sided. But till today, as per my view regarding Manipur, because from the May of 4th, I was not in Manipur. So as per the view of what I have heard and what I have got from the news, it looked like he was just a Meitei chief minister. So we feel like neglected. We feel like we are just outside of Manipur. So it seems like he have already separated us from Manipur. That's why
you're saying that you feel, as the family of a BJP MLA who was attacked by a mob and is recovering, you feel that the chief minister of the state has already separated you from the state, that he has not behaved like a chief minister of Manipur, he has behaved like the chief minister of Meiteis.
Yes, exactly. And our only hope is that I'm not equipped enough to discuss about the separate administration, because I have no further constitutional.
I understand. I understand. You are here you are here representing your father. I would have liked to speak to your father, but he's not in a position to speak.
But as per my view, right now, even if we want to live together with our neighboring Meitei, just imagine for you, madam, will you live with the one who has hunted you like animal in the place where they have done the state sponsor machinery have done, and with this our neighboring Meitei, they try to do the ethnic cleansing of our community, Zomi and Kuki. Will you be able to live together with them anymore, madam, if it's happened to you?
You're calling ethnic cleansing.
Yes.
You're calling it ethnic cleansing. And you're saying that it may not be possible for the two communities to live together. Joseph, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for coming all the way to our studios here. And thank you very much for coming. And I wish you and your family all the best. And I hope your father recovers really soon. Thank you so much, Joseph. Thank you so much for coming. For 2 months, very little information came out of Manipur because there was an internet ban. Today, after 83 days, it has been partially restored. Broadband has been allowed, but mobile internet services remain suspended in Manipur. So, over the next few days, we will hear more voices from Manipur. Today, my colleague is in Manipur. She's at a relief camp and she's speaking to people there. Listen in.
इन सब महिलाओं की अपनी अपनी कहानियां हैं, इनसे बात करते हैं और जानते हैं कि क्या कुछ इन्होंने देखा है। हालांकि इनसे यहाँ पर इस तरह से बात करना हमें खुद को बहुत पीड़ा महसूस होती है कि कैसे ये लोग सब देख रहे हैं, सह रहे हैं, लेकिन आप तक हम इनकी बात जरूर पहुंचाना चाहते हैं और इसीलिए हम लोग मणिपुर के इम्फाल के एक कैंप में पहुंचे हैं, जहां पर इसी छोटे से कमरे में ये लोग पिछले दो महीने से 2 से ज्यादा लगभग 3 महीने हो गए और यहाँ पर जो है वो रह रहे हैं। जीना से हम शुरुआत करते हैं। जीना के पैर में तकलीफ है चलने की, जीना चल नहीं पाती हैं ठीक से, उनकी हाथों में भी तकलीफ है। और ये जब हिंसा हुई थी तब जीना अपने घर पे थी और वो भी दुकान में थी और अपने मम्मी के घर गई हुई थी और वहां पर ये सब उन्होंने देखा कि हिंसा हो रही है और उन्होंने चलने की, भागने की कोशिश की और वो वहां पर गिर गई। इसके बाद क्या हुआ, ये भाषा की चूंकि दिक्कत है, जीना के जो पड़ोसी हैं वो हमें बताएंगे। आंटी, क्या हुआ था जीना के साथ, आप हमें बताइए। जीना क्या बताती हैं आपको?
वो बोला उसका मम्मी के घर में गया तो
क्यों गया था?
वो हम लोग का क्या बोलता,
पूजा
था हिंदू का ना, लाई हरावा, मणिपुरी का लाई हरावा करके 10 दिन हो रहा है। और देखने के लिए लड़की लोग और औरत लोग सजा के पूजा करने के जा रहा था ना, वो देखने गया तो क्या हुआ इतना आदमी लोग डोर भाग रहा है।
कितना आदमी आए थे?
बहुत भागा था, लेकिन हम लोग कैसे गिनेगा वो सब, बहुत सारे आदमी आया था। क्या हुआ है ये सब भाग रहा है मम्मी, ये करके चिल्लाया, बोलता अरे बंदूक मार रहा है, आग जला रहा है करके बोला तो ये गिर गया। गिरने के बाद में इसका पति अचानक आया, आने के बाद में
चल नहीं पा रहा था, तब आग लगा रहे थे ये लोग
सब आग लगा था
और ये उधर गिर गया।
उधर गिर गया वो, और इसका पति ने गोदी में उठा के भाग के आ गया।
गोदी में कैसे? ऐसे पीठ पे उठाया?
पीठ में।
फिर इनका ये बच्चा भी है छोटा, इसको
इसका नानी ने ध्यान रखा था।
तो ऐसी हालत में इनके लिए यहाँ से वहाँ जाना, इनसे पूछिए कितना मुश्किल था।
इसको तो बहुत मुश्किल होता है ना, यहाँ से सब अभी कुछ काम कर नहीं सकता, ये सब इसका माँ करता है, नहीं तो इसका पति करता है, ये तो कुछ नहीं कर सकता है। हम लोग आँख का सामने में तो रहता है ना, हम लोग ये तो बोल सकता है।
इनसे पूछे ना, जब ये गिरे थे, जब वहाँ गए थे हिंसा, इन्होंने क्या क्या देखा, ऐसा पूछे इनसे।
ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯄ ꯅꯨꯡ ꯊꯥꯕ ꯈꯣꯠꯄ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯄꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯃꯥꯡꯒꯣꯟꯗ ꯀꯩꯀꯩ ꯇꯥꯗꯅ ꯈꯣꯠꯇꯅ ꯇꯧꯋꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯏꯃꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯏꯄꯥ ꯅꯤꯄꯥꯅ ꯆꯤꯆꯦ ꯁꯤꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯈꯣꯏꯔꯝꯗꯧꯕ ꯂꯥꯏꯗꯣ ꯈꯣꯏꯔꯝꯃꯣ ꯏꯁꯣꯔ ꯈꯣꯏꯔꯝꯃꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯈꯣꯏꯔꯝꯕ ꯀꯥꯟꯁꯤꯗ ꯆꯠꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯣ ꯑꯁꯣꯝꯗ ꯆꯦꯜꯂꯁꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯀꯥꯟꯗꯀꯣ ꯆꯦꯟꯕꯗꯣ ꯌꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ
क्या बोलना चाह रहे हैं? क्या बोलना चाह रहे हैं?
वो अब गिरा था ना, उसका पति ने आके गोद में उठा के गया था, उसके बारे में बोल के वो रो रहा है। बहुत मुश्किल हुआ बोलता, जिंदगी में वो मुश्किल कभी नहीं देखा बोलता, बहुत मुश्किल हुआ बोलता। उसके भाई ने आके दीदी पूजा करो, आप पूजा करो, कुछ नहीं होगा करके डोर के आप भाग के आया। वो सोच के और दिल खराब हो गया उसको।
When the violence had hit the state of Manipur, each and every family who had to fled away from their own houses because their own houses were burnt, they had to live in these relief camps. And I am presently with such a family who had to face a lot. In fact, this lady whose name is Ichan, she was 9 months pregnant when she had to, fled from her house, when she had to leave her house along with 5 other children and her husband, who is also staying with her in this particular relief camp in the district of Imphal, the capital of Manipur. And they had to face a lot of consequences, because she tells us that while she was 9 months pregnant, then, running from post to pillar was so difficult. The hygiene, the nutrients, the food, the care, nothing was available for her, and she was deprived of each and everything. We will try to speak to her about, how difficult it is to carry themselves in such a situation. अच्छा, इनसे ये पूछिए कि जब वहाँ पर घर जलाए जा रहे थे, तो इस अवस्था में जब वो 9 महीने की गर्भवती थी, कभी भी डिलीवरी हो सकती थी, तब कितना मुश्किल था इनके लिए भागना, दौड़ना, सामान लेकर आना, पति के साथ, सब बच्चों के साथ आना, कितना मुश्किल था?
बहुत मुश्किल था वो तो। जब वो प्रेग्नेंट था, झगड़ा हुआ, जान बचने के लिए भागना पड़ा। सामान का कोई परवाह नहीं, सिर्फ जान के परवाह है, इसलिए भागा है।
ऐसे समय में महिला को सबसे ज्यादा केयर की जरूरत होती है। ये तो भाग रही थी, इनके पास बच्चा भी होने वाला था। खतरा किस तरह से था?
खतरा तो हर तरफ से है। जब हम लोग का बगल, आजू बगल में भी झगड़ा हुआ, तब तो हम लोग जांच के लिए भागना पड़ता।
इनसे पूछी कि नहीं क्या क्या खतरा था तब?
अजी नंगना कनो तौकांदा इरांगी थोकांदा करी कनो तौवे हाइदी अवाबे कन थेंगनाबदो
अवाबे फजन थेंगनाइदा इसु कमाय तमबदा लोइरोय तमबगी रो
उसी समय तो क्या बताएगा, बहुत तकलीफ है। देखने में भी डर लगता है, सोचने में भी, देखने में बहुत डर लगता है। वहाँ में हम लोग क्या सोचेगा, सिर्फ जान के लिए भागना पड़ा, कहाँ जाएगा।
इनसे पूछिए कि जब एक मम्मी, मतलब जब एक महिला माँ बनने वाली होती है, तो उसके लिए वो सबसे अच्छा समय होता है, कि वो गोल्डन पीरियड कहा जाता है जिसे। ऐसे में ये सब देखना, क्या इन्होंने कभी सोचा था कि ये सब इन्हें देखना पड़ेगा? ऐसा इनसे पूछिए।
हाय जी नंगना आंगांग जे मिरो लकान तो को अजी सुमनंग तो अखोई पुंसीजा स्माइ तोरकने जे नंग थाजा बरासु
अदु थाजा दबिन लेबी अदु मान स्माइ तोरकने खंगा जे खोइ तो थाजा रदी पांदु से आगना।
क्या कह रहे हैं?
थाजा दबिन
नहीं सोचा बोला। क्या हम लोग जब लेने अभी हम लोग का जो देख रहा हालत, वो हम लोग नहीं सोचता ऐसा होगा। हम लोग नहीं सोचता, सपना में भी नहीं सोचता। ऐसे हम लोग मजदूर है, काम करता, क्या क्या वो जब मिलने वाला हम लोग काम करके रहता है। यहाँ में फिर 3 तारीख में झगड़ा हुआ, वो होएगा हम लोग नहीं सोचता।
Okay, that was Imphal. Now let's take you to Churachandpur. Priyank, my colleague, is there and is showing us what is happening on the ground. Villagers there are not just armed with local weapons, but they are also using sophisticated rocket launchers. Question is, who's providing villagers with these sophisticated weapons? Just take a look at Priyank's report.
We are moving towards the front line with these rebels who have finally taken weapon in their hand, and this is the bordering area of Churachandpur and other district, which is the conflict point for the communities. These mountains are the only place which has seen so much of bloodbath in few days. Just a short while back, last week, what we are getting to know that there was a man, a local person was shot dead, and later on his head was chopped off and that was hanged in the middle of the village. These are the men who are armed, totally armed, ready and prepared for any kind of gun battle which they can have it so that they can protect their land here.
That's where he was hanged. His head was hanged, but they have broken this one. We have seen the photo, no? Yeah. You see that.
So in between these heavy shells, we have come to the location where the man was killed and his head was hung here. This location, it was kept here. And while we are here, we could see that these are the visuals of the disaster. We could see that there are multiple people who are stationed here. Pankaj, I would like you to come this side. On the other side is the village of the other committee, the road which has been blocked by the members of the rival group. But what is very unfortunate is that on these locations, the houses have been burned. Look at this side. On the right-hand side, you can see that this is totally being burned down. These are the men who are calling themselves as volunteers, who are armed, who are being located on all the routes which is leading towards the front line. While we are moving inside these houses, the small shanties which were burned by the militia group, it is quite clear that the manner in which these men have armed themselves to protect this land, and there's no government in picture which can stop them, it is very, very alarming for the law enforcing agencies.
That was Priyank reporting from Churachandpur. We'll try and play out as many ground reports as we can for you right here on Manipur, because it's important that you see what is happening in Manipur right now, and it's important for you to hear what people have been through in the last 83 days. For the moment, I'm slipping into a quick break on the show. Coming up next, all that has happened in Parliament. No, there is no political solution for Manipur yet. All we have is political drama. That's coming up next. Do stay with us.